Hello, welcome to my assignment 3 screencast. I'm revisiting this assignment because the initial submission did not have a screencast attached and the Gradle file was not compiling. The Gradle file had a problem with the task run client and run server. The arguments were not correctly implemented. Uh, Before I had if statements here, checking to see if there's any parameters that came with the run client or run server submission. And I would have default values to fall back on, but I did not know how to do that. So I tried implementing it last minute, but failed to do so. So I reverted back to what I had before trying to do the implementation, which was just having local hosts and 8080 being permanent values in the arguments. Now, I was under the impression that I would be able to show you something today that showed that the code worked in some way, shape, or form and was able to communicate with itself. Um, I cannot. Before so, I believe I had everything running through GUI, which in this case is my client GUI, where I had believed that you had to run server and client GUI together so that they could interact with each other. But I realized that it has to be run through Gradle client, meaning it has to use the client file. Now, running Gradle run server, it's perfectly fine. It's executing, it's waiting for a connection. Um, but now if I do Gradle run client, it'll actually break. Well, it's successful this time, but it has chances to break, and it's very unpredictable, which is not good. It would fail the task, and the build would fail with an exception of the JSON object. Um, in the client, there is no code. In the server, around line 51 and 52, I try to receive messages from the client using JSON objects, but it's not able to receive any messages because it's not in the right format, because there was nothing in the client. Client GUI has a lot of work done on it. I'm at the bottom here. But I had to use some of the stuff that I had implemented in client GUI that will be able to work with server. I needed to make it work with client, so I restructured the entire thing so that it will be able to work with client. But I did not have enough time to, so I don't have a very much of a workable project. Only thing I can say is that the screencasts may get me 1.5 points, and it doesn't. It still breaks. I'm counting this as not being able to compile. Um, or maybe it does compile and it counts as just a build failure because of exceptions. But this is as much as I got. Thank you again for this opportunity. That'll be all from me. I'll be submitting another commit message to GitHub that will have a changed Gradle file. There should be nothing changed in any of these files at all. I did not touch them very much. I just looked through them. Um, but yeah, thank you very much again. Bye.